It's no secret that the TSM Fortnite team has been extremely underwhelming. When Fortnite initially started to blow up, TSM was full of talent. We had the young but tenacious captain Myth, the building god, Daquan, the aggressive W holder that could just not be stopped, and of course Hamlins, one of the most well-rounded players in all of Fortnite. But as time continued to go on, Fortnite grew even bigger and the esports scene really started to develop. Huge tournaments started popping up left and right by Epic Games, millions of dollars thrown out, and TSM just wasn't winning. They weren't even placing high. Most of the time they were in the bottom half of the standings. And it was weird because all the other teams we considered just as good as them were placing very high. We had Liquid, FaZe Clan, Ghost, all winning tournaments and showing amazing results. And then we even saw organizations that we haven't heard of and players who were unsigned, like the Pittsburgh Knights and ZexRow, placing way higher than the TSM guys consistently every single tournament. Sure, TSM has an amazing stream team. These guys get thousands of viewers. They're raking in the dough for TSM and themselves daily. But we're not here to talk about that aspect. We're here to talk about competitive Fortnite. And in that regard, TSM has been very lackluster. But that might change very soon because it seems like TSM are looking to make moves in order to return to the top of the competitive scene, starting off with their most recent signing, ZexRow. Today we're going to be discussing why ZexRow has potential to turn around TSM's misfortunes and become one of the best Fortnite players in the entire world. So to start off this video, let me go ahead and introduce you guys to ZexRow and some of the stats behind him, and compare them to the guys currently on TSM. Let's first start off with ZexRow's pro debut when he competed in the Summer Skirmish Series NA Week 5 under the Pittsburgh Knights. And for his debut, he did pretty damn good, placing 10th overall, raking home $7,000 for himself. And real quick, just to show you guys who also competed in this tournament, we have Myth and Hamlins placing 40th. Yep, that's right guys, in ZexRow's pro debut, he placed way higher than Hamlins and Myth. And that's just the beginning of this, guys. ZexRow has consistently placed higher than any of the other TSM guys, and he has raked home way more cash than any of them. Let's break it down real quick using this website called Player Earnings. It shows all of the earnings across all esports of every single player. We'll look at Myth's profile. Overall, he has made $50,000 roughly, with his best placement being 6th in the Fortnite Fall Skirmish Series Week 6 streamer tournament. And let me remind you guys that this was a heavy streamer tournament. I'm talking straight up nobody from Ghost, nobody from FaZe, nobody from Liquid, nobody from 100 Thieves, none taken from Myth. He's still a great player, it's just that his biggest tournament there being $31,000. Well, I mean, to be honest, it's his only biggest tournament, and it's not the greatest achievement. Let's move on to his teammate. We have Daquan, who actually has a little bit more. We're looking at $77,000 roughly. Pretty damn good if you ask me. Looking at his achievements down below, much better than Myth's. Overall, Daquan is the best performing TSM player of all of them. Not too bad. Moving on to the next one, we have Hamlins, who has been the biggest surprise when it comes to underperforming, who honestly over the summer I thought was the best player on TSM, and I know most of the community did. He was just so well-rounded. His building looked like Myth, he was aggressive like Daquan, but also extremely smart and patient. Well, honestly, it hasn't really worked out for him, and something I didn't mention about Myth's profile is that a lot of his earnings comes from the Friday Fortnite tournaments that Keemstar was hosting a while back, and let's be honest, those tournaments are nothing like the competitive tournaments now. So in my opinion, I wouldn't even want to count those. But overall, he's sitting at about $28,000. And in comparison to the TSM guys, let's go ahead and just for fun, take a look at Kitty Play's player earnings. She's sitting at $38,000 roughly. Pretty close to Myth and more than Hamlin's. Not too shabby, right? For a streamer who doesn't really take the game that seriously and just has fun with it. Oh, wait a second. Did I just describe Kitty Plays? Or did I actually just describe TSM? Because honestly, that's what it seems like TSM was focusing on. And now let's take a look at ZexRow and see where he is sitting at. And wow, he's already sitting at $170,000 roughly in earnings. What a massive jump compared to all of the other TSM guys. And let's also remember, he started his career later than them. They had 4 weeks of summer skirmishes that he didn't have. And overall, he's definitely been invited to way less tournaments compared to these guys. Just looking at the earnings, ZexRow has made way more noise than any of the TSM guys, and even all of them combined, he still has more than them. Even throw Kitty Plays in there, he still got more. And sure, you guys might say, hey, Fortnite guy, it's not all about earnings. Placings mean a lot. We've definitely seen this argument when it comes to Atlantis and Ghost. What is better, earnings or placement? Well, in this case, ZexRow has better placements and better earnings than all of TSM. Let's just go ahead and take a look at all of TSM's placements over their entire career. This is every player listed right here, guys. And it's really underwhelming. We see a 12th place there from Daquan, and then a 10th place from Daquan. That's it. We have nothing else here that is even worth noting. And now let's take a look at ZexRow, who has competed in way less tournaments, but has a 3rd place, a 1st place, a 10th place, a 15th place, 19th through 16th. I think I rest my case when it comes to earnings and placements. ZexRow has TSM's number, and this is exactly why I'm saying ZexRow is going to save TSM. With placements like this, he will really put them back on the map, and especially if TSM goes out and signs even more players who are up and coming and proven, just like ZexRow, we can start to see a huge resurgence from the TSM Fortnite competitive team. These aren't the only reasons why I think ZexRow will save their team though. I want to get into one other thing, which is clutch factor. And when we're talking about who has it, it means who comes up in the clutch, who wins when they need to win. And that's definitely not Myth, Daquan, or Hamlin's, because as we've seen time after time, they choke. They make mistakes when the pressure's on. Myth dies from fall damage half the times he competes. But ZexRow, no, he doesn't do that. He rises up and seizes the opportunity. Let's go ahead and take a look at this clip, for example, which is from the most recent Winter Royale North American qualifiers, where he got 37 points, and he just pulled out one of the most clutch performances I've ever seen. Roll it. So as you guys can see by all of this, ZexRow is the real deal, and he will save TSM. He's going to help them climb back and be competitive. It's really exciting because TSM is one of the most popular brands in all of esports, including Fortnite. I would love to see them compete with the best like Ghost and FaZe and Liquid. This is a step in the right direction, so I congratulate TSM. Keep doing what you guys are doing and become more competitive. That's it for me, guys. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe for more Fortnite content. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys would like to see, whether it's more drama or videos like this. Let me know. I'm out of here though, guys. Peace.